The Dallas Cowboys are right in the middle of a quiet yet very impactful storyline that fans need to keep an eye on. One of their key offensive linemen has made a strategic decision that could send ripples across the entire organization. No, it's not a dramatic trade or a sudden injury. This time, it's about switching agencies. And while that might sound like business as usual for some, anyone who understands how the NFL works knows that these behind-the-scenes moves can have major implications on the field and especially on the salary cap. So let's break it down. When a top-tier offensive lineman decides to change his representation, it usually means one thing: a big contract negotiation is on the horizon. This isn't about changing logos on social media. It's a clear signal that the player is preparing to cash in, and he wants the best possible team fighting for every dollar. For the Cowboys, this is both good and bad news. First, the good. The new agency he's joining is no stranger to the NFL. Even casual fans might recognize the names involved, even if they don't pay much attention to agents and contracts. This particular agency has built a reputation for landing massive deals for its clients, and within that agency, there are individuals who have a long-standing, somewhat positive relationship with the Cowboys organization. We're talking about people who have been through contract extensions with Dallas before, who understand how to navigate those conversations without burning bridges. That experience could prove to be a valuable asset when the time comes to sit down at the negotiation table. However, it's not all sunshine and roses. Among the agents involved, there's one figure in particular whose history with the Cowboys is, let's just say, complicated. This agent has previously orchestrated deals that left the Cowboys at a significant disadvantage, pushing the team into agreements that in hindsight were far from team-friendly. His aggressive negotiation tactics are well known, and his track record suggests he prioritizes maximizing his clients' earnings, with little regard for how that impacts the franchise's long-term planning. This is where the concern starts to creep in. For fans of the Cowboys, this presents a dilemma. On one hand, you want your players to get paid what they're worth. On the other hand, you don't want those deals to cripple your team's ability to build a competitive roster. This tug of war is the essence of NFL contract negotiations. And when you throw in agents who specialize in squeezing every last dollar out of teams, things can get messy very quickly. Now, let's not forget the bigger picture. The Cowboys have other players represented by this agency, including some notable names on both sides of the ball. There's a certain familiarity there, and in some cases, even a sense of mutual respect. One of these agents has been publicly praised by former Cowboys players, described not just as a representative, but as part of the family. That kind of relationship doesn't happen overnight. It's built over years of trust, of being present. Not just during the highs of contract signings, but also through personal milestones, retirements, and beyond. So while some fans might immediately react with skepticism to this agency's involvement, there's also a silver lining here. But still, the shadow of tough negotiations looms large. Looking back, there have been instances where this agency's tactics led to deals that significantly limited the Cowboys' flexibility. The most glaring example being a contract that, while beneficial to the player, left the franchise scrambling to manage its cap space in subsequent seasons. The fear is that history could repeat itself. Adding another layer of complexity, the current market for offensive linemen is booming. Recent deals have set new benchmarks, with guards and tackles alike securing eye-watering sums. This lineman switch in representation isn't happening in a vacuum. It's part of a broader trend where top talents are resetting the market, leveraging every bit of influence they have to secure record-breaking contracts. For the Cowboys, this means the margin for negotiation is shrinking. Waiting too long to strike a deal could result in paying significantly more down the line. There's also the matter of leverage. By changing agencies now, the player is signaling that he's preparing for a hard-nosed negotiation. He's aligning himself with agents known for extracting maximum value, and that alone changes the dynamics. If the Cowboys were hoping for a smooth, quick extension at a team-friendly rate, those hopes probably need to be adjusted. One cannot overlook the timing either. The player is currently on a contract that offers little financial burden to the team this year. His salary, in relation to the cap, is minimal, almost comparable to that of a late first-round rookie still playing under their rookie deal. However, The option for a 5th year has already been exercised, and that comes with a substantial price tag. In fact, that number would place him among the top earners at his position if it were converted into a standard contract extension today. That's the floor they're starting from. The ceiling? Well, that's where things get interesting. Given the recent surge in offensive line contracts, the Cowboys are in a race against time. Every new deal signed by a comparable player sets a new precedent, raising the baseline for negotiations. There's no avoiding it, and the longer they wait, the higher the price climbs. It's a classic case of pay now or pay more later. If you're in the front office, you have to weigh the risk of being priced out of the market against the immediate financial hit of securing the player now. Let's talk numbers for a moment. While exact figures will depend on various factors, projections suggest that the franchise tag for offensive linemen next year will see a significant increase. Historically, the tag tends to rise each season, reflecting the overall growth in league revenues and player salaries. If the Cowboys were to use the tag as a fallback option, they'd be committing to a hefty figure with no long-term security for either side. It's a short-term solution that often leads to long-term headaches. Moreover, there are complicating factors like the structure of existing contracts. Some of the highest-paid players at the position have deals that span multiple years with substantial guarantees. Any new contract for this lineman would need to reflect those market realities while also addressing the Cowboys' internal cap strategy. This is where the skill of the negotiating agents comes into play. They'll be pushing for guarantees, for flexibility, for clauses that protect their client in the long run. From the team's perspective, balancing those demands with the need to maintain roster competitiveness is no small feat. Now, one could argue that the Cowboys are facing a pivotal moment here. Secure the player now, and you might be able to frame the contract in a way that benefits both sides. Delay, and you risk being forced into a corner where the only options left are either overpaying or losing a cornerstone of your offensive line. It's a strategic chess match with millions of dollars at stake. The player's decision to switch agencies is a clear message. He wants this next contract to reflect his true market value, possibly even to set a new standard. He's entrusting that mission to a group of agents with a proven track record of doing just that. For fans, the hope is that the Cowboys front office has learned from past experiences, that they understand the importance of being proactive, of not allowing negotiations to drag into a war of attrition where the only victor is time. This scenario also highlights how much the landscape of NFL negotiations has evolved. In today's league, agents hold immense power. They're not just intermediaries, they're strategists, public relations experts, and sometimes even de facto general managers for their clients. Their influence can tilt the balance of power, especially when dealing with high-profile players in key positions. The Cowboys need to navigate these waters carefully, ensuring that they're not only retaining talent but also doing so in a financially sustainable manner. There's also the human element to consider. For the player, this isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about securing his future, about being compensated fairly for his contributions on the field. For the agents, it's about delivering on their promise to represent their client's best interests. For the Cowboys, it's about building a team capable of contending for championships while managing the ever-tightening constraints of the salary cap. At the end of the day, every party involved is simply doing what they believe is best. This player wants to maximize his earning potential. The agents want to deliver a landmark deal. The Cowboys want to build a winning team without mortgaging their future. The challenge lies in finding that elusive middle ground where all three objectives can coexist. As fans, we watch these negotiations unfold, often from a distance, speculating, analyzing, sometimes criticizing. But make no mistake, these behind-the-scenes moves are as crucial to a team's success as any play drawn up on a Sunday afternoon. The outcome of this particular negotiation will have lasting ramifications, not just for the player in question, but for the entire Cowboys roster for years to come. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a shocking turn of events, rumors have surfaced suggesting that Terrence Steele, the Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman, was involved in an altercation during a team practice. The reports indicate that Steele, known for his solid performances on the field, may have struck a teammate during a training session, raising concerns within the Cowboys organization. While the specifics of the incident remain unclear, the news has certainly caught the attention of fans and analysts alike, leaving many to wonder what the consequences might be for the promising player. The incident, if confirmed, is bound to have significant repercussions not only for Steele, but also for the team as a whole. The Cowboys, known for their high standards both on and off the field, have always maintained a reputation for discipline and professionalism. Any deviation from this, especially involving a player of Steele's stature, is considered a serious matter. As of now, the Cowboys management has yet to comment extensively on the situation, but insiders suggest that the team's front office is already in the process of conducting an internal investigation to determine what exactly transpired during the practice. Steele, who has become a key figure in the Cowboys' offensive line, has garnered praise for his performances in recent seasons. However, this alleged incident could cast a shadow over his reputation and raise questions about his future with the team. The Cowboys' leadership is reportedly concerned about the potential impact this altercation could have on team chemistry, especially during a crucial period of the season. With such high stakes, the organization's handling of the situation will be crucial in maintaining a harmonious atmosphere and ensuring the team remains focused on its objectives. The potential consequences for Steele, should the rumors be confirmed, could range from disciplinary action within the team to more severe measures, including a suspension or fine. The Cowboys coaching staff and front office will undoubtedly weigh all factors carefully before making a final decision. As with any team, the priority will be to maintain the integrity of the locker room and avoid any disruptions that could hinder the team's performance on the field. While the details remain scarce, one thing is clear: the Dallas Cowboys are taking the matter seriously. The team's leadership is expected to make an official statement once the investigation concludes, but in the meantime, fans and the media will continue to speculate about the ramifications of this troubling incident. For now, the Cowboys are focused on ensuring that their team remains united and focused despite the off-field distraction. The coming days will be critical in determining how this situation unfolds and what it means for Terrence Steele's future with the team. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.